Hello and welcome to the day 39 of the 100 Days Challenge, where I'll try to build project in public. Yesterday I changed the thumbnail that we were using, the template that I was using, and I tried to come up with a proper prompt to generate an interesting thumbnail. And if you compare to this one for the swipe the ship, for example, where it was also done by AI, this one looks more interesting, at least to me. And this video also got 2 views. I'm not sure if this is because of the thumbnail or if it's because just I uploaded it in X and I just got 2 people that wanted to open it. Yet it motivates me, so I'm gonna try to repeat the same prompt today for the video that I'm gonna publish, the one that I'm recording. Once that is said, yesterday we created this landing page, and also we decided the branding and the style that we were going to use for this project. So today was time to think on the MVP and what would be the tech stack used for the project. And at the end I tried to do something called ADR, that is an architectural decision record, but I know it's not a proper ADR, but I'm calling it like this. Maybe there's another name for this. However, I just created one ADR for this MVP and architecture when I want to define the different decisions that I'm taking. So here basically I decided to go easy. So instead of building some frameworks plus a Node.js and whatever, I already have a web server and I want to do the minimum required thing. So to do that, we work on a simple Apache and PHP shared hosting, where I'm gonna be building things on plain HTML and CSS plus a minimal JavaScript. Then the PHP backend that will be on my shared hosting. For the storage, there's no database, just a file-based storage where I'll use different format files for that. For generating the images, I'm gonna use external APIs. Here it says initial FAL, F-A-L AI. Then we have another ADR where we compare different AI tools for the pricing. And then for the rendering, there's a PHP library called Imagic that allows us to play with the text overlays. Because at the end, the flow summary would be that the user inputs the video title, then with PHP we generate the 3 faceless AI backgrounds by calling these AI APIs. It's important to say AI backgrounds without text, because if we want that they can edit those texts, then we would need to regenerate every time the AI consumption, so it would incur in costs. So we want to just generate the background, and then we generate the dynamic headline options with some rules that we will create, and then the user can select or edit the text. So we offer them the preview, but they can change the text without the need of regenerating the background that is where the AI supposes a cost. And finally, there's a final PNG composed by PHP using the Imagic together with the background plus the text, and then the user can download and rate those thumbnails. Here we have the different core components and files that we would need to use. Here where I said about the backgrounds plus the text overlay separated. Here is how we can implement this dynamic text logic. We're not sure, when I say we, it's me, also together with this ChatGPT conversation. So basically ChatGPT proposed to create a rule-based PHP function that creates or offers different text, like 10 facts about whatever, the truth about whatever. But I'm not sure if this will work or if I will need to call some AI to give me proper titles. I'll try this one for creating this rule-based function, but I'm not completely sure that it will work. Then here is the user flow, where from the landing page, the generator, editor, and download, and the different things where I'm gonna store those things. When I said before, I was gonna say that the cost analysis is the FAL AI API, that it's about 7 cents per 3 backgrounds. The hosting is included because I already have it. The storage is negligible because we are using the storage in the hosting. And then this stability or replicate, since we are using FAL AI, then it's 0 initially, and for the image rendering free because it's on our side. But for the AI generation image, we generated another, not this one, but this one, another ADR, where we say that basically I was afraid about the cost, so we just took some assumptions on the size and the target resolution, which is the format that we want, the call latency that we have, which is the goal, that it's 3 images per request, and the basis of the billing is that they do per megapixel or per image. So here we have a comparison table for the costs, and we have from Fal AI with different models, Flux, Depth, Flux Schnell, the replicate, stability, OpenAI, and with all that, it seems that the cheapest option and highest speed model for the MVP would be to run this Fal AI Flux 1 Schnell. I don't know how to pronounce that. So here there's the different value analysis and how it would work. And if we go back to the very end, we have a conclusion that this model that I mentioned is the most cost-effective API for faceless thumbnails MVP. So it would be just, I'm not sure if this is actually true, because this would be that it's 1 cent per 3 image batch. So it's compatible with PHP and curl, and it works with what we have, and then we still have those fallbacks with replicate or stability and OpenAI if we want to go for premium. So if this actually works and it's 1 cent per generation at the end, I think it's interesting, because here we have, for example, how much it would cost to generate 1,000 images, and yeah, it's $3. I'm not sure it's gonna be $3. I'm more into believing that it's gonna be this one, but yet I think that 1,000 images means 333 generation of thumbnails for $25. I think it's a cost that I can assume, and even though this may not get that many users, and I don't expect that to have, but I want to be protective in that regard, so that I don't just get a bill of hundreds of euros. And I think that I will somehow limit that, put some limit, so that 50 euros I think it's fine, maybe even 100 euros it would be fine, but that I can just take a decision that if at any point it starts costing a lot, I can put the brake and not receiving a 1,000 bill. So that's all for today. Here you saw some things where I could put the different things, like in which location within the parts, then which would be the different PHP files or endpoints I would need. So tomorrow I'll try to start building some of those things and start playing and see where I can go. That's all for today. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.